Hello, good evening. A cynical U-turn. That's how many across the region have felt about the government's announcement that it's to cut hundreds of millions of pounds from West Country road schemes. Widening the M5 and an extension to the controversial Swainswick bypass near Bath have both been axed.
The M5 near Bristol. Traffic was moving freely today, but in the summer this can be one of the most congested stretches of motorway in the country. At holiday periods, enormous jams like this are common. Yet plans to add an extra lane between Bristol and Weston-super-Mare have been dropped following the budget, although crawler lanes will be built on hills. As well as widening the M5, a bypass for the A46 north of Bath has also been halted. Among schemes put on hold are the Ilminster to Marsh section of the A303 through the Blackdown Hills and a link from Bath Eastern to Beckington east of Bath. Going ahead, but with private sector finance, are the Salisbury bypass and a whole series of improvements to the A36 and A303 in Wiltshire and Somerset. The winding A46 was to have been replaced with a dual carriageway alongside, linking the Swainswick bypass near Bath to the motorway. But now only minor improvements will be made.
It'd be very advantageous to have a new road put over that side, because the traffic on this road is getting worse and worse every year.
So the cuts in the roads programme have still not settled the arguments about transport policy. Bob Constantine, HTV News on the A46.
Police in Wiltshire are tonight still hunting a motorist who almost demolished his wife's house by deliberately driving into the front of it. Two police officers who were guarding the woman were injured as they dived for cover. 33-year-old Steven Gunn fled after abandoning his badly damaged vehicle a short distance away in the Shore area of Swindon.
The police were called to the house at Percheron Close in Swindon late last night after a domestic argument between 33-year-old Steven Gunn and his estranged wife. But moments later they had to dive for cover when Mr. Gunn left the house and drove his black BMW straight into the wall. The car was later found abandoned nearby.
3 police officers that attended the scene were injured when the car hit the front wall. The front wall was pushed back about 3 feet, and it was that happening and also the officers jumping out of the way that have caused sprains and back injuries to 2 out of the 3 police officers.
And of course it could have been much worse, couldn't it?
It could have been far more serious. There's a lintel support in the house, and if that had collapsed then